don't go upstairs. I was fresh. I said, go back in the lab. It was at the end of the plant. I said, sit at that desk for 15 minutes. And he went back there, and he must have just walked in, and he heard that son of a bitch compressor pounding away. And he got George, and he says, build him a new lab no matter where it is in the plant.
Hi, Levi. It's Grandma. I'm just calling to see how you are. And if you need any money, just let me know. Bye.
And I picked out a spot that was nice and quiet, and I got a brand new clean lab with all the components that I needed in it, air conditioning, which I had the other one, which was lousy, and a dirty sink, and everybody knew how to get in it, and they put a lock on the door, and there were 2 keys.
Levi, it's Grandma. When you have time, call me. Bye.
I had one, and the plant, the maintenance man had one because I had gas and water and air conditioning and equipment in there. It couldn't go bad during the night, and if the water was running out the door, he would know there's a mistake or something wrong. And they gave me a nice clean lab, and it was quiet. This Victor, who I held his job for him, he said, why the hell did you complain earlier?
Levi, it's Grandma. I want you to come for supper tonight, so please call me. Bye.
And maybe, I swear to God, I wasn't deaf.
How long did you work there before you built the lab?
Oh, it had to be a couple of years, probably.
Well, that wasn't bad.
And I heard that pounding.
Hi, Levi. It's Grandma. I just came back from the hospital. Call me when you have time. Bye.
That compressor was, they put a new compressor in. It was huge. A huge compressor. What an experience. But anyway, I'll finish the story. His brother-in-law, Robert, when the men were using so much oil, and it was wrong, I told you, they couldn't press. So they put more and more, and they called it blessing. They had a brush about this big with hairs in it. They would dip it into that mixture, and here's the clay that they're using. That's in the bin.
Hey, Levi, it's 2:30. I'm calling you back. By the way, change your message. You still have that out-of-town message. And I'm trying to find out about Dad right now. He has that thing came back, the calcium buildup or whatever. It's in his system, and they're feeding him intravenous, and that's all I know right now. So that's all I know is going on. Anyhow, call me.
And every time they made a piece, they put oil in. You don't have to. When I got finished, they rarely, they had oil. They could take as much. They never used it. They would clean and dye with it once in a while. But they never blessed because we added the oil to the clay while it was being mixed. Had beautiful pipes in that circular mixer as big as this table, and all the stuff was in it. They had 2 spray heads, and it just sprayed the oil nicely.
You know, but it's funny that the oil didn't ruin the glaze.
No, it burns out at early temperatures.
Is that why?
Evaporate and burns out.
It didn't change.
And the dryer burns it out.
Really?
And at night, don't forget, that stuff was wet. It had 18 to 20% moisture in it. You had to add water.
Levi, it's Grandma. I want you to come for supper tonight. Please call me. Thank you.
And the oil and stuff. and every night, every piece made had to go in a dryer, and they turned the heat on a certain temperature.
Before the kiln?
Oh, long before. It came off the press.
Yeah.
They put it on trucks and moved the trucks into the dryer. Then before we left it at night, the heat went on. The next day, it changed from brown with water in it to white. It was dry. That's how you could tell. And the oil was burned out.
Was the drying room? Did it suck
What?
the humidity out of it?
What?
Did the drying room take the
Oh,
humidity
sure.
out of it?
Sure, they had blowers in there that piped the air out, and fans, because drying, like, how do you dry laundry? You put it in a dryer, but there's a fan
Right.
blowing. It's the air passing through. You know, on a day when the temperature's 90 degrees outside and there's no breeze, it'll take longer to dry something than it's 70 degrees out and the wind is blowing.
Oh, is that right?
Because as the water evaporates off the cloth, the wind blows it away.
Oh.
And that's the theory of drying. And I had to convince him about that, because a lot of times they'd open the doors in the morning and a lot of stuff is dry. I says, how the hell can you dry by just pumping air in there? There's no circulation of the air. I said, if you don't want to put ceiling fans in it, put it in a fan, you know, a 36 fan on the stand and all of that. And they finally fixed that and put piping in there and pumped the air out. You have no idea.
How big was the drying room?
Oh, they were big.
Yeah.
They were twice the size of this room and this room.
Really?
Yeah, because they pushed trucks in. Hell, we had about 20 presses, and you ought to see the amount of stuff. That was a monster producing. It was a monster. Every hour, a car went in and a car went out.
How many carts can go in?
25 cars.
Oh.
It was 150 feet long.
Wow.
And every hour, a car went in and out, loaded. There was a load. You ought to see the
You could change the speed of the cars going through?
You can, yes.
You had
On
to?
occasion. Well, if you didn't have enough wear, or if you want to get good production, but we could go above an hour. I think we went 55 minutes once, because the stuff would come out. It didn't have enough time for baking, you know. It didn't have enough time.
But they basically, everything you put in there basically takes about the same time, no matter what you do.
Oh, it takes less time.
I mean, 55 minutes?
Yeah, well, sometimes we went down to 35 minutes, depending on the weekends, long times, and everything else.
Does it depend on how small the piece is, how
No.
thick the piece? It had
No.
nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do with that.
Hi, Levi. It's Grandma. Why don't you call me? I want you to come over for supper. So let me know, okay? It's 732-545-1631. Bye.
With an ink chart, a pen in it, and when you push the car in and start it, you're going. See, at this end of the kiln, you push the car in the
Right.
vestibule. It was called the end of the kiln,
Right?
and you brought it next to the car that's already in the kiln, and then underneath was the pusher or mover. Dogs would grab on the bottom of the car and start moving the car in,
Right.
depending on the time you set it. And the pen in the big round, every day you changed to put a new paper in it with all the lines. It went from room temperature up to maximum and back down again to come out temperature. It would start pushing, and you knew if there was a mistake or if the guy used a hand pump and car was supposed to go in an hour and 10 minutes, and you could see he put the car in and pushed the car and moved it forward, and then it went in 3/4 of an hour. You know he must have been sleeping. He forgot he pushed the car in, and he pushed it by hand, you know.
Hi, Levi. It's Aunt Madeline. I apologize for not calling sooner. Grandpa's in the hospital, and we're trying to decide what to do, if he can have more treatment or if he's just going to come home. I will get back to you so you can come out. I hope everything's okay, and I'll talk to you soon. I hope you heard my message. My battery's going low. It's Aunt Madeline. All right, so I'll talk to you real soon. Okay, love you. Bye.
And as one car went in its full length, at the other end, finish came out one car. So you had to make sure you took that out, because if you forgot and you push the end of the car right through the brickwork and the end of the kill. There was the same vestibule at the exit end. And all 24 hours a day, never shut it down.
So when the last car that you put in for the production run started going through, did you have to push empty cars in there as well?
Hey, Levi, it's Dad. I've got some bad news. So, Grandpa. So, call me. All right, bye.
Oh,
Nothing.
because it would upset the balance of the flow of the heat. And see, we had another instrument that the car carried through, and it showed the curve from room temperature to entrance exit, entrance temperature in the vestibule.
Levi, it's Grandpa. I just found your Metro card up in Madeline's room. If you want it and need it, call us back, and I'll put it in an envelope and mail it to you. It expires 9/30/2011, a year from, quite some time from now. I don't know if it's worth money or not. How are you? Everything is fine. We expect a call from you one way or another. He knows the phone number. All right, bye-bye.